What's going on, everyone? Alliance Orc here, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I wanted to go over the top 10 hardest legacy dungeon achievements, kind of piggybacking off the legacy raid achievements we did a few days ago. This one we will feature 10 of the hardest legacy dungeon achievements to do. These are in no particular order, just 10 dungeons that I felt were very difficult. And if you have some achievements you think should have made the list, comment it down below, and we can give this video a part 2. But starting off, we have the achievement in Siege of Borealis and Waycrest Manor, losing my profession. What makes this achievement so difficult to do is the fact that you either need to find someone who has each profession, or you need to have the profession itself at 75 for Colteran if you're Alliance, or Zandalari if you're Horde. Meaning you gotta do a lot of profession leveling to get this achievement if you cannot find someone who has the professions done. And this achievement spans across 2 different dungeons, one of which at the time of recording this is scaled for current content keystone difficulty. So that makes it a little extra difficult, as well as requiring past expansion professions level, which some people won't be interested in doing because they won't see much money to it. And coming in at number 9 on our list, we have the achievement in the Court of Stars, dropping some eaves. For this achievement, there's been a lot of speculation on how to do it properly, though none have been really proven accurate in the results, as this achievement is incredibly RNG dependent. Essentially what you do, people are guessing that people have said you have to guess which one it is without any hints. You have to guess which one it is on your first try. You have to you have to this, you have to that. No one really has an airtight method for how this achievement is required, but just that you have to be lucky. Essentially, when you're opening the door to Advisor Melandris, which is this door right here, there will be a random time where you get some extra dialogue. That extra dialogue is all you need for the achievement, which is why it's so difficult to do. Next up on our list is the achievement Schools Out Forever with Dark Master Gambling. The reason this achievement is so hard is because you have to KO like 50 failed subjects or so. I believe that's how many. Let's just fact check ourselves real quick. Yes, 50 expired test subjects in 20 seconds have to die. What makes this difficult is each person only gets 10 expired test subjects per harsh lesson, and Gambling only gives out a harsh lesson once per player, meaning you need 5 people for this achievement, and then you have to kill all 50 expired test subjects without killing Gambling as well, which means it's very difficult because you can very easily just passively cleave Gambling down without even meaning to, or something can proc without you wanting it to nowadays. Like, there's so many ways to just passively do 117k damage without even paying any attention, which is what made me want to include Schools Out Forever on this list. And next up on our list of achievements is Romog Bone Crusher's achievement. An achievement that feels kind of a poster child, honestly, for difficult achievements, as his achievement, Crushing Bones and Cracking Skulls, requires you to transition this boss twice. Once at 66% and one at 33%. This achievement is uberly difficult to do because how are you going to transition 134k damage? Even with your bare fists, you're pushing your luck, honestly. But this achievement earns its place here because I really can't put it any higher because you can do this on time walking difficulty very easily. But outside of time walking, which kind of time walking is probably like once every month or so nowadays, you literally cannot do this achievement any other way. And like I said, transitioning him is literally the hardest part because 90% of the time you're probably just going to outright kill him, which is why this achievement is absolutely insanely difficult to do nowadays. Forget trying to spawn all the ads and surviving the Skullcracker. Just getting him to do Skullcracker is a chore. Next up on our list, I'd like to draw your attention to Yasma in Ataldazar for her achievement, It's Lit. So this achievement has you basically bringing 5 people to this dungeon. Again, 5 people is required, and you need every single person to basically stand on a brazier for when she does her ability. I think it's Soul End is what she'll do, where she like targets every single person and like throws a void thing at them. Once all 4 braziers are lit, you have to kill the boss before the braziers go out. And I think they only stay lit for like 10 seconds or so. Honestly, the hardest part of this achievement is getting 5 people to come here and who are willing to cooperate. Aside from that, this achievement isn't too bad, but still, 5 people for a legacy dungeon is very, very difficult to do nowadays. And next up on our list, we have. So I'm just kind of clumping this all together. Any achievements that are in the Violet Hold. Not just any Violet Hold, though, we're talking about the Legion Violet Hold, because unlike the Violet Hold in Wrath of the Lich King, the achievements for the Violet Hold in Legion have to be done on Mythic, and Mythic is on a weekly lockout, meaning the game predetermines what bosses will be up. And let's say Festerface, for example, because I know he has an achievement I've been trying to record. If Festerface isn't up, you don't get that achievement for the week. It's that simple. You can honestly go months without getting the right boss you need up for the achievement you need. And I think Shivermaw has one too, if I'm remembering correct. I know Maleficent has one in Festerface for sure. But the thing is you gotta make sure they're up. Otherwise, like I said, you're waiting weeks before you can even attempt this achievement or the achievements in here per se. And coming up next on our long journey of top 10 achievements, we have Zen the Weapon Master's achievement. What does this button do? So for this achievement not only requires having to transition a boss, also requires 2 people, but it also requires coordination, as both players have to click a gem in 2 different places at the same time. But as you can see, if I pull the boss, we don't even get the dialogue of any gems being active. Which basically, when that happens, they'll say something about there being like a glimmer on the wall or something like that. Which, like I said, requires you to transition to boss and for him to have like all of his traps active. which makes this achievement very hard to do because, as you saw, he folds like a piece of paper, and it's very, very hard to transition him nowadays. But this achievement is doable in time walking, which makes it a little more respectable. And next up, we have the Return to Sender achievement. This achievement from General Pavlok is only doable if you have someone who's around level 40, throw the bombs, or if you're in time walking. And even in time walking, this achievement has shown time and time again that it can be kind of buggy, having seen it be rewarded for not getting him to 20 stacks. So a lot of people do have this for how glitchy this achievement has been. But if you try getting him to 20 stacks outside of time walking, you're going to come into two problems. Problem one, you're not going to be able to transition him without killing him. Problem two is even if you do transition him, it'll probably take like 3 bombs to just outright kill the boss entirely. So if you're not doing this in time walking, and even if you do this in time walking, you're still going to probably run into issues. This achievement is very hard to do because of legacy scaling, and time walking, like I said, is probably the only way you'll ever see this achievement in your collection. And taking our penultimate spot in this video is Hakar the Soul Flayer's achievement, Highly Communicable, which you basically have to have 2 people for, and it involves taking his debuff Corrupted Blood and maintaining that debuff throughout the entirety of the dungeon, which can be looked at as very difficult because of the simple fact that once a car is dead, you have that one and only chance, and if the debuff falls off for any reason whatsoever, then the entire week for that tune is wasted. Meaning there are a lot of people who will be lucky if they get more than 2 chances at this achievement a week. And that's provided if you can find someone who's willing to come in here and put up with this type of psychoticness. But it's entirely doable. 100%. You just have to have 2 people and just bounce the debuff back and forth. But our number 1 spot on this list is an achievement that just, it has its own reputation of being difficult for reasons that are just so stupid. Like, if I had to put this achievement at number 1, this would be it. And taking our number 1 spot in this video is Svala Sorrowgrave's achievement, The Incredible Hulk. This achievement, majority of the WoW player base that's like started up recently and over the years will probably never see this achievement in the light of day without a lot of work and communication and like pre-planning. The reason why I say that is because this achievement requires you forcing Svala Sorrowgrave to kill a Scourge Hulk. Scourge Hulks only have 40k HP. For this achievement, that's 40k has to look a lot more like 8k, maybe 10k max. So you have to weaken not only a Scourge Hulk, but you also have to weaken Svala Sorrowgrave as well, who only has 89k HP. And the worst part about this whole achievement is you can do everything right. And you could have the boss transition to her Ritual of the Sword ability, I believe is what it's called. Yeah. Ritual of the Sword is what you would use to kill the Hulk with. She only does that once a fight, and it's at a fixed health percentage. I think it's like 50% or so. You could have everything set up right, and the Scourge Hulk will swat you away, chase after you, and the sword will miss entirely. That is 100% a thing that can and does happen in this achievement. Getting this achievement, you actually have to have someone who's like probably 36, which don't get me wrong, game level 36 is not hard, but it is just a lot of work for this achievement. And anything, any proc whatsoever from anyone who would come to help you with this achievement will kill the Hulk and kill Svalazar Grave immediately. Which is why I have picked the Incredible Hulk to be our #1 winner for this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, then by all means, comment down some achievements you feel should have made the list. Maybe we can do a part 2. Or, maybe comment down below and let me know how much of a blazing idiot I am, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic rest of your day.